Right next to her is Katie Rainsberger. She's just 18 years old. What are her chances?
Well, she was 4th at the NCAAs, but she's definitely a great runner for the future. It's great that she made this final as a college freshman.
And this will be 3 3/4 laps around the track. It's the metric mile. It's 1,500 meters.
Simpson led her qualifying race, and people said, gee, why'd you do that? You're the experienced person in the field. She goes, oh, I wanted to help a few of the collegians feel a little less nervous in qualifying. I mentioned she was disappointed with how she was performing earlier in the season. Grace beat Simpson at the Prefontaine Classic, and I asked her what was wrong. Well, what are you working on? She goes, oh, there are about 12 things I've been working on. Didn't want to get into the list. As we see a little bobbling there, Grace jumps a little bit to the side. Simpson calls running her great stress reliever.
She definitely relieved stress when she won the Olympic bronze in Rio. It was funny because a lot of people asked her about her victory lap after she earned that Olympic bronze. She said, you know what? I didn't even know if you were supposed to run all the way around the track. She said, but my little sister told me to enjoy the view. And anytime you can win a medal at the Olympics, you better take it in, because it's an accomplishment and a feat that very few are able to cherish.
That's a great story. And I love what she said, that she started crying for joy before she even got to the finish line. She said winning a medal in the Olympic 1500 is like climbing Mount Everest. I think fewer people have won Olympic 1500 medals than have climbed Mount Everest, though.
General Sica is out front. Kate Grace running second. Owner Fulton third.
She may be inspired by what she saw from Paul Chelimo last night to try to make it more of an honest race. There were only 67 seconds at the 400 meters. And I like where Grace is, right in second place. So she's essentially leading the race in terms of the time she's run this season. And why not be up near the front so you don't have to do any extra work once the real racing starts?
There's a lot of work taking place right now, Craig. And I know that they don't want to do extra work, but they're definitely working diligently right now as they're fighting to determine who will be the U.S. champion 2017.
69 seconds on that second lap, so it really didn't pick the pace up at all. And look where Simpson is. She says her goal is to be as efficient as possible and make one move to try to win, and she practices different race scenarios in her practice sessions.
Come by the grandstands once again. When they get to the finish line, it'll be 1 lap to go, the bell lap.
Robury all the way on the inside. She's going to have a lot of people to work around over this last lap if she wants to be in the top 3. And Simpson, a lap to go. She's in the lead.
Very tightly bunched as they cross the finish line. 1 lap to go, and the kick begins.
Simpson and Robury, the only people in this field who've run sub 60 over the last lap of a 1,500 meters. And Robury is slipping back. She's out of this race now. And it's Simpson who's putting everything out on the table right now. But look at Grace in third place.
Grace coming up in third. That's Lauren Johnson in second. So Jenny Simpson out front, Lauren Johnson running second. Kate Grace has moved up to third.
Grace loves to have late charges. That's how she won the Olympic trials 800 meters.
Here she comes. Kate Grace up to second. She'll challenge Jenny Simpson. The final 50 meters. Jenny Simpson kicking now. She pulls away from Kate Grace. Jenny Simpson will be the national champion.
Right around 60 seconds for that last lap for Simpson. And that's just mature running. You know, she knew what was the best race pattern for her. She moved into the lead with about 500 meters to go. As Sarah Vaughn has gotten up for third place with a big sprint at the end. She came from nowhere.
What an incredible story Sarah Vaughn also is. Sarah Vaughn from Gering, Nebraska, the 31-year-old, a real estate agent, mother of 3. She actually finished 7th at last year's trials, 11 months after giving birth to her 3rd daughter. So congratulations to Sarah Vaughn, finishing 3rd.
And I mentioned that Jenny Simpson took the lead with about 500 meters to go. Here she is with 100 meters to go. She led that whole last 400 with the sprint. But this is what she does best. She, like Matthew Centrowitz, who we'll see a bit later, can run from the front. Kate Grace gave an excellent charge around the last 200 meters, but could not quite get there. And watch on the left of the screen as it's Vaughn who comes by everybody in the last 30 or 40 meters to grab third place.
What a run. Again, the top three will represent the United States in the World Championships.